Bonjour. What the fuck is it? Right, folks. How you doing? Where the fuck have I put those? What's occurring, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Been busy again, trying to sort out these individuals from brutal social services. They ain't getting away with doing what they've done. They've been ignorant up to now. But I've just sent an email, mass email, to loads of people involved and all the hierarchy of the council with their addresses on. Because I don't take fucking kind to social care practitioners lying about me. I do not take too kindly to it at all. What did I do with that box? There it is. I swear to God. See, when they come to... Do you know what? Let me say this again. I ain't fucking ashamed that social services tried to steal my children. The pain and stuff they put the kids through and my missus is, you know, it'd be never, ever, ever, ever be fucking forgiven. It is unforgivable. Do you know what I mean? But they gave me an insight into the way they fucking behave. And the truth of it is, from my opinion, is they're just as predatory as any online groomer. And that's the fucking truth of it. I haven't really spoke about what happened to me and my missus before, properly. I did a video a while ago, sort of touched a little bit on it, but not to the extent of which local authority solicitors, they are shit scared of me, Wakefield solicitors. The lies and false criminal allegations they made about me. Now, this video is purely about trying to give people the tools to look after themselves, yeah? Because the minute I remember when my kids were taken. I remember my mate phoned me and said, you need to go home now to your missus. Like, they've taken the kids. And I remember the drive, fucking hell, it was like, I don't even know I got home in one piece, to be fair. You know, it's the same as anyone, isn't it? If someone's at your kids, the first instinct is to fucking kill. Do you know what I mean? Or hurt, or maim, or fucking do something. They ain't taking your fucking children. But unfortunately for us, they did the dirty, and they went and stole our kids from school. But, you know, the minute... Obviously, I was all over the place, me being the way I am, and with personality disorders that seem to have got fucking, you know, come more to the forefront in later life. I just wanted to kick off. I wanted to go fucking berserk, but my missus was broken, and she needed looking after. That's the long and the short of it. My missus needed looking after, and I couldn't do what I needed to do to satisfy myself and fucking sort myself out. But the best thing that I did for my missus, because not long after the children were taken away, it wasn't going to be long until I was forced out of the home, yeah? Me forced out, the condition of the kids coming home was me to go. Because I was allegedly a sex offender, because someone put it on the internet that I was a sex offender, that I'd been in trouble for messing around with a 5 or 6 year old boy, that I'd been in trouble for, I'd been convicted of touching up some young girl. Anyway, all this stuff could have been proved wrong and lies, yeah, if somebody had fucking spoken to me. But the best tool I gave my wife, before I was forced to leave the home, is I ensured she recorded every fucking call, whether it be legal team. Now, I've touched on this before about legal teams, solicitors. Now, the long and the short of it is the majority who work within family law, the majority are in the pockets of local authorities. That's just not a fucking off the whim thing for me to say just to keep people entertained. That is the fucking truth, yeah? If you trust your defence lawyer, you need to consider again. Even if you do trust your defence lawyer, you've got to record every single phone call, right? Every fucking phone call with anybody, no matter who it is, even if they're allegedly there to be helping you. Fucking record it, right? And the other thing I bought the day before I had to go south anyway and work, so I weren't going to be at home. But this is before I found out I weren't there to go home. I'd just gone south, but beforehand, I went and bought one of these. See this thing? See that? Esviz makes it, but you can get different makes. I bought that and I put that in my fucking house, right? So when the dirty bastards turn up to do home visits, everything was recorded. You know, like when they think you're recording and they come into the house, they start fucking causing mayhem and then walk out, and they think what we do, like Dawson did, shit cunt, what we do is we'll say that we went back in to talk to one of the kids and she wouldn't let us. Yeah, there's plenty of those allegations, and the filming, the CCTV from inside the house shows different, right? She did come back in the house, and my missus never refused for her to talk to anybody. This little sket was turning up at all hours of the day, morning and night, to check that I weren't here, as if I'd risk my children's fucking liberty and then being with their family. Do you know what I mean? Over a load of shit cunts like that. So what I will tell all of you, anyone that's involved or anyone that's got anyone involved with scumbag social services, right, is fundamentally you need to record everything, because everything that's recorded is your evidence, right? That is your defence, right? Don't listen. In court, family courts especially, there's a thing called professional respect. Okay, so you don't really question or go against what another professional's gone because of professional respect. Fuck that. And what I also find is with a lot of lawyers, family lawyers, who are allegedly representing the family in family court, the majority of them, all they do, to be honest, because when they kept telling me and begging me to get a solicitor, I'm like, why the fuck would I want a solicitor or a barrister who's going to take my voice away from me? I don't need no defence. It's you guys that need the defence. Ironically, I was never asked. It never went that far. You know, but recording is the only defence that you have got, and that is the truth of it. You know, social workers will groom you. They want you to disclose that, you know, when you were younger, something might have happened, and sometimes it affects your mental health. Yeah, they want you to disclose this stuff. This stuff that you disclose to them, everything you disclose to them, gives them brownie points, yeah, because unfortunately, because of some cunt called Freud or whatever his name is, these professionals are trained in universities to believe that anyone that's been abused is a high percentage risk of being the abuser. So, you know, the 100,000 or whatever, millions of victims of any kind of form of abuse as a child, they're likely to become the perpetrator. You couldn't make that shit up. Now, the other thing I remember, and that's the thing that really was fucking grinding me down, but I had to stay strong for my wife, yeah, was revenge. I want to know where they are. I need to know where they are. I've got to know where they are. Do you know what? That took the fucking wind out of my sails for many, many months. I spent hours, morning, noons and nights, and fucking hundreds of miles driving from here to Leeds to fucking Sheffield, doing all sorts, because I wanted to know where they are, right? And this is the whole point. This is the whole point of that company I set up. I set it up to upset the local authorities, and believe me, I haven't advertised it. I haven't posted fucking links to it. But believe me, local authorities know it exists. Now, the reason I set it up, first and foremost, is because I spent so long, so much energy, as well as trying to keep my missus safe and my missus well and try and keep her on top of it, you know, whilst they're bashing her down and fucking abusing her psychologically, emotionally in her own home, in meetings, in all sorts of stuff. You know, I was doing the same and trying to keep her strong, but I wanted to know where they were. And you know what? It takes up so much energy. So the whole purpose of starting what I have been starting and what I will proceed to do is help people, right? I want to take away that part of the fight where you just want to know where these people are. Where are they? Where are they? I'd have paid thousands. But it took a lot from me. I want to take that away from you, right? I want to take that away from people, UK-wide. I want to take it away from you. I don't want you to think about where these people are, how are you going to find them, what you're going to do, how are you going to, do you know what I mean? I don't want you to get involved in it. Message me or message the page, or if you look hard enough, you'll find the thingy, and you'll find a web page that'll take you where you can email some details, you know, just like I have with these dickheads in Liverpool, like from Bootle and Sefton Council, those that have written these reports, you know. One of them's fucking head of service, like, do you know what I mean? But what I've done is I've tried calling them to resolve stuff quite, you know, fucking sure I'm unhappy about it. And they've been ignorant. And I said to them, the worst thing to do with me is be ignorant, because it'd just cost you more. So in their ignorance, I've got all of the names of the hierarchy at Liverpool Council, at Sefton and Bootle end of Liverpool. I've gone on there with all the hierarchy. I've gone and taken their photograph to put on a nice little inventory, and yeah, all their addresses are on there. Their social media accounts, and this is the whole fucking point, right? You're purporting to be safeguarding people, but they can't safeguard themselves. Do you see what I'm saying? They can't. The next thing that I'd highly recommend, right? So what I do highly recommend, first and foremost, is you get a decent app on your phone that records phone calls, and then you get a decent app that will just record voices, yeah, like meetings and stuff. But if you're going to record meetings, you've got to ensure that if someone calls the phone or texts it, it don't knock the fucking recording off, right? So you need to keep yourself safe with social services, with the court guardian, with CAFCAS, whatever you want to fucking call them. Your solicitor, everyone, the fucking schools, the lot, right? And the second thing you want to get put in your house is one of these, right? It records everything, saves it to a cloud. So every time they come, it's all cushy. I used to, when I knew they were coming, I used to log in on my phone and then record the meeting and then put it away. Cushy, innit? The third thing, if you don't want to, if you don't want to get your hands dirty, you come to me, don't you? Or somebody else. But on the internet you can buy trackers. Now I almost spent 390 odd quid on a tracker, and I found my mate who does a lot of stuff down in Surrey. He does like personal trackers, you know, like for kids and old age pensioners and stuff. He does them. He said, don't spend that sort of money, you dickhead. Go on to Amazon or somewhere like that and find one. And that's what I did. They were 40 odd quid each, and probably one of the best things I ever did. I'll do it around West Yorkshire, but, you know, what I'm saying to you is, you know, accountability starts at home, doesn't it? If you are involved in social services, and if you're in West Yorkshire, fucking message me, right? All you need to do is get a tracker. You need to put a SIM card in it. You need to get it loaded up to a phone. You need to put some credit on the SIM card. And then when these dirty scumbags come to your house, you just get one of your mates to bang the tracker under their motor. Yeah? Leave it for 12 hours. They're going to be at home at midnight, ain't they, sleeping? Put the old thing in, tell you exactly where they are. Pull up outside their driveway, walk up the drive, under the motor, take the tracker off, thank you very much. See you one day soon. You've got to look after yourself, people, because if you don't look after yourself, you ain't going to get nowhere. And the reason, like, I can assure you now, 150,000%, yeah, that no local authority in their right fucking mind would ever come near my kids again. Never. Never. You know? They kept saying, you need Shane, can you calm down? We've never met someone like you. Well, it's about fucking time you all did then, really, innit, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? Like, you ain't met no one like me. Surely you've had other angry people who've been able to turn it in so that they get themselves in fucking trouble and you're still their kids. You know, the thing is, if I've done something wrong, I'm normally the first to put their hands up and say, do you know what, I was an absolute wanker. But sometimes, you know, the things they already lied about. Has anyone ever seen me post pictures of my children on internet? Has anyone ever seen me name my children on the internet? You know, has anyone ever heard me talk about my children in great detail on the internet? No. Well, the local authority legal team said that I've been posting pictures of my kids. I've been talking about my kids online and gone in depth about the fucking court proceedings. It's bollocks. I've never done that. You know, the same as I've been to people's houses. At that point, I hadn't. Do you know what I mean? My missus weren't allowed to talk to me. My missus weren't allowed to talk to me about anything to do with the case because allegedly I'm not the kid's dad and allegedly I wasn't party to proceedings. right? The minute they made me party to proceedings was the worst fucking day of many of their lives. Funny enough, the day they did make me party to proceedings, most of the office fucked off from Hemsworth and West Yorkshire, right? I was born standing up and talking back. And the whole point is, when your children are involved, you feel like you can't even fight for yourself, because if you stand up for yourself, you're in the fucking wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you supposed to do? I don't know. It's just a crazy old world, isn't it? Like, who are these people to write in court documents? Now, I'm under no illusion that some shit cunt on FaceAche is involved with another couple of shit cunts on FaceAche that have put this fucking seed that made the snide cool and put this thing in their fucking heads. But the long and the short of it is, if I'm going to be accused of abducting children, planning to traffic them and providing false passports, then surely I deserve a right to reply of some description, or even a fucking tap on the shoulder from the police, don't I? Huh? You can't just take that shit to court and think you're going to fucking get away with it. Not from me, you ain't. Not from me, you ain't. Not at all, Liverpool Council, Bootle Council, Sefton Council, you absolute fucking scumbags. And you know the kids, when I find out who the person involved in that case is, when that person eventually comes to me and says, I sent you that, or I know who sent you that, or what you're talking about is what they did to me, the minute they do that is when things are going to go fucking Pete Tong for Liverpool, and whoever's got the fucking kids, do you know what I mean? She or he will start seeing them kids again. And things are fucking changed because they stupidly involved me in it. You couldn't make it up. It fucking annoys me, you know? And people would believe it. But the judge, I don't know what the judge must have thought. He must have thought, like, you know, because everyone, if you're going to involve people in a case, and everyone has a right to reply or to respond. Fucking call me a child abductor or a trafficker and think you're going to get away with it. You couldn't make that shit up, could you? It's no good. How are we all doing anyway? Are we alright? What's going on? Yeah, threatening with violence. I can't threaten people with violence, otherwise I'll get super nicked. Do you know what I mean? I get super nicked for fuck all anyway, as it is. Hello Kev, I'm alright. How are you? I'm alright. I'm in a personality today where I can actually talk to people about stuff. I just want to give people the heads up. You've just got to protect yourself. You just got to protect yourself, because no other fucker's going to do it for you. You know? Even if you do comply what they want, they say it's false compliance. When I've got hundreds of hours of footage and I've only ever played a little bit. I've got loads of it. And they're all fucking scumbags. They're all lying shit cunts. Every single one that crossed my fucking path will be put out there. But I want to wait. I want to wait for Wakefield. I'm waiting on Wakefield because I just need to put a few more bits and pieces together, and then I'll see how fucking serious I was about my threats last year. Do you know what I mean? And the threats they keep going to the police and court. I mean, they take me to court. I'm standing up and telling the fucking truth, right, and telling them what they are. And local authorities keep taking me to court. One local authority served me an injunction papers over Facebook Messenger. Never been fucking heard of before, and they stitched me right up. I ended up paying £1,000 of their costs, but the child that was involved, the child that was being spoke of, or a roundabout sort of thing, he ended up getting to go home. Do you know what I mean? They got another house and he went home. So it's all cushy, innit? But in doing that, so they sent me a doodah through Facebook Messenger, an injunction, interim injunction papers, and then they sent the paperwork, the court paperwork, with all the statements and stuff, to a house that is nowhere near me. So yet again, the whole video and the whole thing that they got an injunction on me for was for data protection breaches. Those data protection breaches would have cost the council well over £1 million, well over £1 million. And that's what they got scared about, because ironically, not long after I'd been to court and I got stitched right up, the head of child services, the director of child services in said place in the UK, moved on, you know, and as did the others. They've all fucked off. And that's the long and the short of it. We were talking about data protection breaches. They got upset, sent me some fucking court papers, but in sending the court papers, I sent them to the wrong address. So yet again, they breached data protection, right? And the person that I was talking to, or had my platform at that point, She received a letter brought round by a neighbour 4 or 5 doors down from said council, asking if they could have a meeting to revoke the care order and send their son home. Funny that, isn't it? Why do they keep him for 6 years then? Why after 6 years can he finally just go home? No problems, no questions asked, go. All right? You might think I'm a lunatic, you might think whatever you like of me, but, you know, whatever I set out to do, I achieve. Whether it be through trying to be, you know, articulate with it or through fear. Fuck it. They base themselves. That whole thing is run on fear, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Even the kids and young people are fucking scared of their social workers. Who's going to open up to their social worker? You stole me from my home. You took me away from my home. Why am I going to talk to you? Why would I tell you anything? Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking false economy. Social care. There ain't no caring. There ain't no caring. That's the long and short of it. I'll shut up for a minute. I'm sorry. They're all just as bad. But I'm, is that legal sending through things messenger? Well, allegedly, the fucking judge allowed it. Well, you know, some level of wanker that, isn't it? Huh? You're supposed to get, at least when Wakefield and others took me to court for injunctions and bits and pieces, at least they sent a cherry round to bang the fucking door, so I was aware of the injunction. And the beauty of it is when the injunction thing come through, I hadn't even said any more or typed any more anyway, you know? One of my crimes was posting public information from the HCPC registration. Do you know what I mean? 3 of them. That was part of the problem. I put a picture of a lanyard. The thing had a lanyard round its neck. I sort of showing it was one a bit tighter. That was another thing. And generally talking about how fucking shit they are. Do you know what I mean? You can't give people's details out with ongoing court cases and criminal cases and all the rest of it to wrong fucking addresses. But that ain't the end of it, is it? Because, you know, I've finally realised that I was able to get a whole list of all the Her Majesty's inspectors of Ofsted, which is quite handy, isn't it? I'm sure they're going to love seeing this fucking file from Bootle Social Services, Sefton Social Services, sorry, and Sefton Council. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. Bearing in mind Sefton Council running on, well, you know, needs improvement. It needed improvement in May 2018. In April, May 2019, it still hadn't had as much improvement. No improvement, not enough to give them a good rating. You know, and we all know what the Ofsted rating's all about, don't we? That's a shower of shit as well, isn't it? You just couldn't make it up, seriously. You couldn't. These fucking clowns play God with people's lives, yeah? So let me be I want to be their jester, and I'm going to play with their lives. Do you know what I mean? You can't ask these inbreds, right, these muppets. They were born with something short upstairs, they were. You can't even ask them for their social worker number, their registration number, yeah? You ask them for it, and it's like you've asked what their fucking blood type and DNA is and where they live. Do you know what I mean? They get really protective and really angry if you ask about it. Well, it's our God-given right to fucking ask for it, yeah? You've got a registration number because you're supposed to disclose it upon request, yeah? So people can see that you're a registered professional. Yeah, not some two-bob tart that's just walked out of fucking college. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's all about. And let me say something else to you. If any of you are involved with social services, if an alleged social worker turns up to your door and they can't give you their registration number, don't fucking let them in. Don't fucking let them in. It's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? Anywhere else you're allowed to have people's numbers. You take a copper's number, don't you? That's their identity. Yeah, that's how you identify them as a professional. Do you know what I mean? They tried to mistake passionately putting your case forward. Yeah, they did with me, mate. Yeah, obstructive. Yeah, Neanderthal me. No, it's called fucking passion because what you're talking about and what you're fucking saying to me, you docile cunts, is fucking wrong. Do you understand that? Right? And they didn't like it because, you know, they thought they could sit back and make fucking judgments and observations about me. I did exactly the same about them. I'll tell you what I'll do. You just bear with me, right? Because you see that Wakefield fucking council, don't you? Right? One of these cunts, right? She wrote 2 statements. One was a court statement, and then the one was for this court appearance for the civil matter, yeah? Even those 2 statements were completely different to each other, yeah? There's adjectives in one statement that wasn't in the court statement, and I can tell you here and now, if it was in the court statement, it would have been detrimental a bit more to me and my wife. Do you get me? Like, fucking remember what you said. And they said in their statements, we've written these statements from refreshing ourselves from files that have been that we'd written and had saved. Well, you couldn't even get that right, could you, you stupid fucking bitch? Right? And one of the things she was crying about, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one of the things she was crying about is me. Bear with me a second. Where the fuck did I put that? One of the things it was crying. Let me just do this. One of the things it was crying about was my opinion on her parenting. Yeah. I said you got some audacity. I did it on a Facebook Live because they cut them. Anything I do online, doesn't matter if 15 people like it or 10 people have seen it, right? Whoever I need it to get to, it always gets there. I don't know how. It's almost like I've got a fucking pigeon, a homing pigeon. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I questioned this old dog's parenting, right? Let me try and find it. Where's my defence? Bear with me, guys. Just bear with me a second. Right, that's them wankers. Right, that's that. Where the fuck? Ah. I'll show you some pictures. Right? She's going, he said this and this and this about my parenting skills. He questioned my parenting, right? Well, I'm fucking sorry, okay? But this sort of behaviour to me is unacceptable, right? And these are all in the public domain. Now, what the silly tart failed to realise is, when they're in the public domain, you can't really get in trouble for taking them, right? But before she even knew that I knew about her fucking daughter and the way she behaved, I'd already took all the pictures anyway, right? So you imagine, what one's this for? Oh, that's for that bloody case. That's for that other case. Hang on a minute. Bear with me. Where the fuck have I put it? Right. Oh, that's all they're crying. Right, so I questioned her parenting based on this. Can you? I don't know if you can see. Right, this is her daughter. This is a fucking social worker's daughter, right? And this is acceptable behaviour in public. Can you see that? Can you work out what they're doing? In a fucking pub? Yeah, I will question your parenting, you old dog. You fucking snide slag. Sitting in my house telling me how wonderful your fucking, my missus, how wonderful your home life is and your fucking, your children. Get up the road, you mongrel. Huh? Geordie then, chavvy. Hey, you wait till you see these next ones, mate, because this is what made me fucking proper angry. Hey, this is an old dog of a social worker's kids, mate. Hey, publicly, look, head in breasts, do you get me? Do you get what I'm saying? Look at this now. This made me angry. And I'll tell you something for nothing, right? If I'd seen this in a pub, I'd have had to have something to say, all right? Because to me, this encourages the wrong kind of behaviour. What do you reckon of that? There's another one somewhere with more of them. All got their hand on, all had their fucking head in it. Do you know what I mean? Look, this is the social work. This is her mum's friend even having a go. Hey? Fucking tell me. Mongrel. I've got their statements. I'll post them, but I'll have to put them in a blog, otherwise I'll get banned. I'll post them, right? So I confronted. I went to see a fella, and he was telling me what had gone on. He weren't the biological dad. So the long and short of it is, he weren't ever going to get them fucking kids back. Never was he going to get them kids back. It's as simple as that. Because he wasn't even the biological dad. He would have had trouble if he was the biological father. And the woman that turned up got my goat, and I was a bit emotional that day anyway. So I confronted her, and I put some questions to her. And I said, how would so-and-so feel? How would so-and-so feel? And so-and-so, it's her dad, her mum and her sister. Anyway, in the statement, this old dog, this old child snatcher, child trafficker, scumbag, she said that I'd mentioned 3 different people but she don't know who they are. She's never heard of them, but she's concerned for she's concerned for them, like safeguarding issues. And then her friend wrote, her fucking colleague who was with her. Her colleague then wrote, sorry, thought my boy was coming in. Her colleague then wrote, where did I just get to? What was I going on about? Someone refreshed me. I thought my boy was coming in. What was I fucking talking about? Refresh me, someone, please. I was on a tangent then. Oh, what's going on with this? Oh, that's it. So she don't know who I'm on about. She's never met these people. She's never heard the names. She's worried for safeguarding reasons. So her colleague then writes, he wouldn't let us out the house. The video shows I opened the door for the fuckers to get out the house. He's not allowed to film us on the street. I am allowed to film him on the street. And so her colleague said, he mentioned her mum, her dad and her sister. Right, these are fucking court statements, okay? And in civil court, it isn't done on, it's not really run on guilt. It's on a balance of probability. That's how a civil court generally works. It's a balance of probability. All right, so before I've even got to court, like, do these people not read their statements before they send them off? The local authority legal teams, are they all that fucking stupid and docile? You know what I mean? Playing God with people's lives, but they can't look at two statements and say, well, you know, that kind of brings the professional honesty into question. You know? It can't be fucking this on one piece of paper and that on another. Do you know what I mean? And another one who was head of child service, director of child services at Wakefield. I was trying to ring her. She got an injunction on me. They never won, though. They didn't win. How can they? You know, because I counteracted everything. So the two that I allegedly stung, they wrote statements contradicting each other. All right. The old dog. She was crying about this and everything else. Well, I questioned her parenting because of those pictures, right? And anyone in their right mind would question her parenting if they think this is acceptable. Now that's her mum's friend, yeah? That's her mum's friend joining in on the action. Do you know what I mean? Right, look at it. I had hundreds of them. I took the fucking lot off of them because I knew that one day I was going to give it back to her. The 3 lads all round. What is that promoting? This is from a fucking social worker. Anyway, I ruined them. And I had to, you know, I keep getting upset, but I keep getting myself in trouble because I can't learn to shut up. That's my thing. But the thing is, I haven't done anything wrong and I haven't done nothing illegal. And if I can help anyone out there, I will do. I've helped a few people out. You know, they bung me a bit of petrol and I've got the results that they need, because I feel that everyone that makes these fucking catastrophic lies that destroy lives, I feel that they've all got questions to be asked, and I feel they have the right to fucking answer. Do you know what I mean? And that's the long and the short of it. I feel that they should be, if they're in fear, they're only in fear of their subconscious, right? Because in their subconscious, they know they've done a lot of wrong. That's the only way, or any reason, they would be in fear for their own personal life and safety. Now, let me get back to that fat old thing, that horrible, nasty thing. She had this nervous twitch. You know that nervous twitch when people twist their tongue? I can't do it. I look like a muppet when I try. But they sort of twist their tongue, don't they? That was her all over. She knew that I knew, and she knew what I was saying to her was fucking true. That's what the problem was for her. It was true. Yeah, it was true to the point where the area where she went to steal these other children was in fact the area she had to leave her home because people found where she were. Because the reason I even bothered confronting her is because she proudly and happily and would tell parents of children she was removing that she's removed hundreds. I've removed hundreds from this area. With a smile, I'd punch it straight in the mouth, wouldn't you? I'd bite its fucking nose off. You got to deal with them. They're like a pack of hungry, they're like hyenas. I don't trust them. Don't get me wrong. I did meet a couple of good ones. But the good, unfortunately, are fucking swamped by the shite. It's the same with any organisation, do you know what I mean? Or anything that's there to help. Social care is a failure across every single spectrum, whether it be children and families, whether it be vulnerable adults or whether it be old age pensioners. It's a fucking fail across the board. Do you know what I mean? Social care. There ain't no care in it. It's social fail. Social fucking fail. Look how many children, how many councils put up a thing at the end of every year, like when their kids reach the age where they leave home and move into sheltered accommodation or whatever. How many success stories do these fucking local authorities have? They don't have no success stories, do they? I'd like to do a bit myself for wayward lads, do you know what I mean? Teenagers, I'd like to. I did before. I did at Farm Protect. You know, like they do these naughty boy days, don't they? Like if you're a little bastard at school, they send you to college for 3 days a week. But that's what I used to do. I used to do 2 days a week at Farm Protect, lecturing the young lads, like, you know, doing a bit of tiling, bit of painting, bit of chipping, bit of this, bit of that, bit of everything. And we gelled really well. They knew there was something about me. Not that I confessed to anything or let anything slip, like, but they knew there was something about me. They respected me and they got on with the job. To the point where on the first day, after being thrown in the deep end, the head of construction came down and said to me, "Shane, who's done all this?" "What do you mean? You told me to get the lads to tile their bit of wall." And he said, "I did, but who did it all?" And I said, "Well, I showed them how to cut, but they put it on. Why, is it wrong?" And he's like, "No, we've never had that sort of work out of them, ever." I hope those lads went on to good things. I hope they stayed with it. I hope they went and got themselves a trade. And, you know, I hope they're getting on in life now. But I could do a lot more good for these wayward teenage lads in the Wakefield area than any social worker could fucking possibly. And you know the reason for that is because I've got an understanding. Yeah? I've got an understanding. To understand somebody or a child that is anti-authoritarian, yeah, or doesn't understand or recognise parental responsibility, doesn't recognise or understand any kind of authority, yeah, then what good is a fucking social worker to them? They need somebody that knows, that's been there, that understands where they're at. You couldn't get much more anti-authoritarian than me from the age of 10-year-old. I was an absolute fucking nightmare. No one told me nothing. So what's this fucking idiot, this imbecile going to do that's been at a unit for 3 years, read a few books and thinks it knows everything it needs to know about kids and adolescents, when in theory they know absolutely fuck all. Absolutely fuck all. I could guarantee you here and now, right, if Wakefield Council was to give me somewhere, give me a premise, yeah, and give me 10 kids, wayward kids in their teens, and if they were to give me them kids, I could guarantee out of 10, at least 6 of them would go on to college. And by the time those 6 went on to college, they'd be fucking switched on, hands on. Yeah, they'd know a damn sight more than they ever would have learnt at college in a year. Do you know what I mean? That's the fucking truth of it, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You know, it's all well and good removing children, but what are you going to do with them after? What are you going to send them after? What direction are they going in? You know, what is it you know that's going to help them propel themselves through the shit onto adulthood? To do all right for themselves, to realise, listen, there's more to life than being a fucking dickhead. There's more to life than trying to be an hard man. There's more to life than running these things. Do you know what I mean, bread bin? You know, there's more to life than shotting. There's more to life to all this bullshit. Yeah, you're young. You're still young. Get a trade, son. Get yourself a trade. That's what you need to do. You know, hanging around in gangs and running people's drugs for them. That ain't no good for you. That's going to pay you for a couple of years, sunshine, yeah? That ain't no good for long run. For the long term, you're either going to end up in prison every 5 years, for 5, 6 years, or you progress, you get yourself a trade, and by the time you're 21, you're going to be fully qualified, on the money, on the button. Go and earn yourself a minimum of 120 quid a day. Minimum of 120 quid a day as a qualified tradesman, even if you're a newbie, 120 quid. Do you know what I mean? Ain't that something special? Ain't that better? You know, you ain't going to buy an house or get a mortgage in later life by selling drugs. Do you know what I mean? You ain't going to get a mortgage or buy an house by stealing. Not unless you're out all day, every day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, where are they? How are these local authorities going to give these kids and young people any direction or any help? You know? Who's going to assist them in moving forward? How can they if they've no knowledge? If they've absolutely no knowledge. I made every single fucking mistake humanly possible as a teenager. Against my own will, a lot of the time. I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I couldn't even listen to myself. Why? Because I was anti-authoritarian. I wouldn't even have my own authority. How's that? You know? And I had good people around me when I was in a few of the homes and lived in a few different towns. Some very good people. And they always told me, they were like, Shane. And I'll be like, yeah. And I took it in. But I never acted on it. And you know the reason why I never acted on it? Because I didn't care about myself. I didn't love myself. I wasn't worth fuck all anyway. So why was I bothered about what was going to happen? You know, I wasn't going to be alive past 18. I'd be dead for sure by 20. You know, what am I worried about tomorrow for? Fuck tomorrow. I'm living for today. I don't want to be here tomorrow. That's the point. You know, and there's a lot of kids and young people, there's a lot of lads out there and girls, you know what I mean? That are just left out there. They're going to end up in Bedsit City, they're going to get groomed, they're going to be exploited, they're going to, you know, it's fucking sick, innit? So what I'm saying to you is, who are these people to tell others how to bring kids up? When local authorities are the corporate guardians, corporate parents of half of these kids and young people that are in prison, in drug rehab, in mental hospitals and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? It's a joke. Absolute fucking joke. Who runs this country? You know, with all them elections and the rest of it, all this canvassing. I never listen to none of the bastards. And do you know what? Not one fucking party stands up for the kids today. Not one party stands up and says, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. Yeah? Social care is absolutely disgusting. You know, how many care leavers do you reckon there are here? There's got to be a good, what? Let's say, for argument's sake, 5,000 care leavers. How many of them do you think actually go into full-time employment? And how many of them do you think go on just to live, I guess, breathe and carry on, you know? It's sad, isn't it? It's sad, isn't it? And you all pay council tax for that service. Every fucking one of you pay council tax for that service. Maybe a lot of you are happy for paying for a service you don't get. Maybe you're happy and content out of your monthly wage or whatever to pay for kids to be failed and abused within your local vicinity, within your local area. You know, I don't know what it is, but what needs to happen is the kids need more rebels, yeah? Until people start standing up. What you need to remember is a lot of people are scared of local authorities. I'm fucking not. You know, they got gagging orders on them. They were going to attempt to put a gagging order on me. They're wasting their fucking time, weren't they? They're wasting their time. Don't put a gagging order on me. Just get me fucking cell ready, all right? And I'll go now, because I ain't going to fucking shut up. Right, sorry. I will talk to some of you now. I just goes on one. How are we, ladies and gentlemen? No, it ain't, Kev. You're right. You know, yeah, they're all right, James. They ain't too bad of things. How many get ours, Devin? Listen, mate. We all know, don't we? We all know that they don't. We all know that a high percentage. You know, it's almost like a high percentage don't get no fucking help, do they? You know. Care leavers is like a cup of coffee, innit? Like the sugar at the bottom goes somewhere. The rest of it, the milk and all the rest of the ingredients, including the water, ain't worth a carrot. Just let them run off wherever they got to go. Hi, Karen. All right, Debbie. Have I had a what? Chris, you can't haircut? No. I haven't, mate. How many get ours? I'm trying to read these, but I can't. I was homeless for 10 years. Is that right, Sean? Sean, I was homeless, mate, from the age... Well, when they took me from my mum and my dad, because they were trying to protect me, Sorry about that. Because they were trying to protect me, I got took away from home, like, and I was Surrey's most active absconder. And I probably kept that title for many, many years. I was getting arrested pretty much fucking daily, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day for running off. But I spent a lot of my time on the streets. After that cunt raped me, I couldn't be in it. I couldn't be in a house. It was the same when I got married to my missus. When we first moved here, like, I struggled for a bit, but then I sort of dealt with all my stuff after the court case and what have you. I dealt with stuff, and I've been alright since. But prior to that, I couldn't be in a house. Fuck that. I miss doing videos, Tom. But the trouble is, because you know I don't get left alone. Do you know what I mean? I mean, this week I'm a fucking child trafficker, an abductor, a trafficker, and supplier of fake passports. I don't get left alone. But I do like to kind of have a chat. I don't like keeping all that stuff in. I really don't. I don't know if anyone's done anything about that thing I was talking about the other week, have they? Last week or whenever it was. I was in a bit of a funny one that day. The law Even social workers don't know the fucking law on child sex offences by children. They have no idea. I mean, this is the level of it. Oh, I can't go into that yet because it's still... I can't go into that now because I'm using that against these fuckers at this council. You're meeting someone from child abuse. Very soon. Hello, Neil Parko. Oh, you're a foster carer, are you, mate? Oh, kudos to you, boy. But it's right, Neil. I bet you struggle, don't you? I bet you have kids. You've had kids with you, and you've known what's best for them, and you know what they need, and what sort of assistance and what needs to happen here and there. Do you know what I mean? And I bet they go against you as well, Neil, don't they? It just makes me angry, mate. It makes me angry. Like, the people that are looking after the children clearly know a lot less than a social worker that just plonked them there. Makes you sick. Makes you sick. Sure, my inbox is always open, mate. Always open. Listen, my passion is fighting these social fucking terrorist scumbags. That's my passion now. So if you know anyone who's going through it, get them over here, because at some point this page is going to be... When I open my other page as well, it's going to go fucking mental. Like, the kids need more rebels, yeah? There needs to be a fucking revolution of some sort. I'm telling you. You know, we're just breeding generation after generation after generation of fucked up kids. Fucked up teenagers, and most of them do not need to be that way, you know. But how do you get out of a young person's head? Because I could never get it out of my head that they're a second-class child. Do you know what I mean? How do you get that? How do you force that out of a nipper's head, like, you know? When you believe you're worth nothing, you live like you're worth nothing, you know. If you're made to feel worthless, then what's the point in having any respect for yourself? What's the point in having respect for anybody? Do you know what I mean? That's the sort of mindset you get into. It's sick. Hello, Michael. All right, Martina. Jojo, Melanie, Debbie. Debbie, I must have missed your previous stuff. That's right, Neil. It is worth knowing they're safe. But yeah, what about the other side of it, Neil, though? Well, I'm not having a go at you, mate. What about the other side of it, where the kids were already fucking safe at home? Like my kids were. My kids were safe at home. They couldn't be safer anywhere else. They couldn't be no safer than with me and my missus. I've got to get off here in a minute because I've got to finish putting this document together to send to Bootle Council. Has anyone seen my old mate, JB? Has anyone seen my old mate, JB? I've been worried about him because I've messaged him here and now and he gets back to me eventually, but I ain't seen him for a long time. You have got to help kids see they're worth it. I never fucking thought I was worth it. I never thought I was worth anything. My wife made me feel like I was worth something. My wife made me feel like I was worth something. She understood me. She's cushy, mate. All right, Louise, Kathleen. Baby is doing really well. She's a cheeky little bugger. She's doing really well. She's growing. She's trying to walk a bit now. Bless her little heart. She's doing really well. Miss out with these messages. I'm really sorry. These things. Scarred for life. Fucking scarred for life. I've still got the scars on my arms from trying to get the dirt out of me from what that cunt did. And they still didn't fucking know what was wrong, even though I told them. You can't see, can you? No. It's not a lot worth anything these days. Keep fucking playing around with kids. My partner understands me. She's the only one to ever try to understand, if you get me. Yeah, well, I thought my ex was. She even bought me this thing. Don't try and understand me, just love me. But she couldn't fucking do that. She thought I was having affairs with all sorts of people. Like I dress up to go and have affairs. She ended up giving people bits and pieces along with that farmer's daughter to try and turn me right over through fucking jealousy. It's absolutely pathetic. But you see my wife, don't you? I don't have to tell her nothing. She knows. She knows. Not hovering round you all the time. What's up, babe? What's up, babe? She knows I'm having a fucking bad day. She don't have to keep asking me every 2 minutes what's wrong. Do you know what I mean? And the same with her. When she's a bit low, she's having a bit of a difficult time. I know. And I'll make sure she gets extra helping of cuddles, even more I love yous. You know, and just make her know that she's worth an absolute fucking $1 million. I'm blessed to have her and my children. But if I never thought and behaved like a Neanderthal, she was dreading. My wife was. I feel bad actually because I think I scared her quite a lot when it involved me being made party to proceedings. Because let me tell you, they didn't know where to put their fucking faces. I wouldn't shut up. I just would not shut up. I wouldn't shut up until I asked my questions and got the answers that proved that the others were fucking liars. That's the long and the short of it. Yeah, they can read you, Taylor. Mine does. I think she's fucking amazing, mate. Sometimes, well, she used to just send me out. She'd say, go down the workshop or go and do this and don't come back for a few hours or, you know, or I used to take myself off because sometimes I have bad days sometimes and I just have to get away because, you know, like sadness or fucking whatever is oozing off me. So rather than my kids pick up on anything, I just go out. I just fuck off. I go in the car. I'll go down in the workshop. Or I go down my yard, do you know what I mean? Just stay away. Joe, I was talking to her for a little while, my wife. She helped me. She was doing other bits and pieces. I don't know how it happened, to be fair, but it did, and it's the best thing ever. It was the best thing ever. The last time I fell in love like that, I was 12 or 13 years old with my American girlfriend Yvonne. She's the one that made me fix myself, Yvonne. She kept coming back. I had a recurring dream for about a fucking week. All night, every night for about a week of her telling me in her American voice, God damn, I ain't coming back no more. Fucking sort yourself out, Shano. Yeah. Remember it well. Weren't long after that I started hunting. You know, because I had to find something like why am I like this? Well, because of fucking nonsense. And then I saw how dangerous it was online, and I thought, if you think I'm going to let you walk away with nothing, you've got another thing coming. You can have it, you cunt. It was a coping mechanism for me. I think it worked quite well to a point. Hello, Mr. Hooder. All right, David. Jason, how you doing, Jason? I haven't seen you about for a while. Alright, Jenny, Tracy, I don't even know what these people are, but hello, God bless you all. Right, what's the next subject I can't talk about? My other half understands me and vice versa. Sharing common ground like abuse can bring you together stronger. I think the whole point is if you're a fucking victim, you understand, don't you? Or you have been a victim, you understand, you just know. You know? It's very difficult being a fucking victim or a survivor of any form of abuse and being with a partner that has absolutely no idea about that side of life. It's fucking almost impossible, isn't it? Not for me. I won the jackpot when I got my missus. She's a fucking legend. The best thing in the world is my wife. Top man, Shane. I ain't a top. I'm just a geezer, mate. I'm just a geezer with a big heart that fucking hates injustice, and I can't bear the government like hammer you down. Do you know what I mean? For anything you might fucking do wrong, but when the government do major things wrong, local authorities do major things wrong, you cast aside. They're just left to do it. Well, I ain't fucking having it. I ain't having people, professionals, ruining young people's lives. Nor family lives. Not at all. Absolutely fucking not. And I'll give anybody any social care practitioner's address if I can get it. I'm telling you that for nothing. I said the other day, I've done all of the northeast and all of the northwest of England, yeah? I'm coming down. I'm coming down, around. I'm missing out Wales for the minute. I'm coming down. I've started from the south coast and the west coast and the east coast, and I'm moving up. I'm going to have the fucking whole lot. The whole lot. I need it if I'm going to assist people and cause absolute fucking mayhem and destruction for local authorities. It's as simple as that. I need to know who they all are. There's no point pissing in the wind, is there? You ain't going to get nowhere, are you? You know? I wish I could show you this stuff. I can't. To get myself into trouble. I'll be honest with you. I thought I was a survivor. I thought I was a survivor of CSE and rape. But go and fucking look at my stings. That ain't a survivor. That is one angry victim. That's what that is. One very angry victim. I was, and I never healed. I never fixed myself properly until I moved to fucking Yorkshire. Just after Tammy and Co come and stung me as a nonce. I went to Yorkshire, and it wasn't long after that. It was all dealt with. I dealt with the whole fucking lot. You know, it never controlled me in any way, shape or form. I've forgotten about it. I have forgotten about it. You know? And then I realised I was a survivor. Look at them videos, even my last Sting videos, you can fucking see it oozing from me. Oozing from me. You know, where do you think all these multiple personalities have come from? They ain't just fucking appeared, have they? Do you know what I mean? But now, instead of getting angry, and instead of being, I don't know, I just don't do what I used to do. I'm not destructive. I'm not self-destructive. I don't need to drink a bottle of whiskey. I don't need to fucking go and get beat up. I don't need to go, do you know what I mean? Like, I cope quite well. It doesn't affect me. I can sleep in a house. I couldn't fucking sleep in a house. You know? I can only sleep in this house, all right, though. Even when I go to my parents, when I work down in Surrey and I start my parents, I won't sleep in a bedroom. Fuck that. I won't sleep in a bedroom. I won't sleep in the front room. The closest I'll get to sleeping in the house is the back porch. But I want to be outside of that porch in the garden. But it was too cold the last time I was there. But that's why I liked it on the farm. Do you know what I mean? I'd leave all the windows and fucking doors open. I loved it. I slept in the fields a lot of the time as well. I didn't mind sleeping in the fields. I loved it. I felt safe. You know? I felt safe. Anyone that had come in there that had died anyway, I'd have stuck something straight in them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's right, dude. While you're angry, whilst it like controls, you know, but it's easy to see how it does. But this is like what I was saying to you. Do you know what I mean? Like people that have experienced. Do you know, I've helped a lot of fellas without on these pages, but they come to my inbox. A lot of people. I fucking helped a lot of people deal with stuff. A lot of men. A fucking lot of men. I've helped deal with their shit because, you know, growing up back in our day, you couldn't disclose shit like that. Do you know what? Do you know the reason I disclosed it? Because I wasn't ashamed anymore. Yeah, I might have been a fucking likely lad. I might have been a bit, you know, I might have been able to have a bit of a tear up and what have you. But, you know. Come a long fucking way, really. I've come a long way since all that. Wouldn't wish all that on anyone, to be fair. It's nasty, isn't it? How is it in life when you're not meant to be self-isolating? I have been self-isolating, but I've been going out early hours to pull, or, you know, I might have to go out. I haven't checked the tracker yet, see where it is, but I might have to go out tonight. But no one will be about, will I? I've only got to go up a drive or outside an house and take it off the motor. Send the people the address and it's all there. Don't even need to send them the address. I just send them the Google Earth fucking... What's it? What are they called? Those things on Google Earth? Latitude and longitude. What are they called? What are those things called? That's all I need to do. Keep my hands fucking clean, Chavies. You know what I mean? Some people might think I'm a savage doing that. I couldn't give two fucks. Right? And what can I just, before I get off of here, keep reading this stuff, sorry. Before I get off of here, what I want to talk about as well is the fact that, you know, children, many children. Oh, look, that's when I won the monkey bike race down to fucking Torquay. How cool's that? That was some years ago, boys and girls. You see me? There he is. Somewhere, he looked fucking younger there, didn't he? I just found that. Must have filled out my paperwork. So, in this method of madness of local authorities, right? So if something occurs at the home, for example, the children are often removed on a future, or even if nothing has actually happened, they're just like, you know, a lot of it is crystal ball. They think something, someday, somewhere, sometime, in some year, in some fucking season, a child might come into harm, right? So this is my theory on it, right? And this is what I'm gonna fucking run with, right? It's the fact that if social care professionals are removing children based on a future risk of harm, okay, then surely it's fundamental to assume that the same will happen to them. You know, if somebody was to get hold of their personal details, i.e. their house, their car, their partner's business, their parents and all the rest of it, and their address is known, bearing in mind they've got a history, well, a long working history, or even a short working history within social care. They removed loads and loads and loads of children. They've destroyed loads and loads and loads of families. The majority, without any need, surely what happens if a family member or a victim of the local authority's lying practitioner, what if they were to find out the address of the professional? Does the future risk of harm go both ways? Okay, so for argument's sake, if someone went and kicked in a social worker's front door and punched them straight in the mouth, will their kids then be at a future risk of harm? Or what if someone put a crow scarer through a social worker's door? Would their kid be at a future risk of harm? Do you understand? Anything from the smallest to the most fucking craziest. Will their kids be removed on a future risk of harm or not? A future risk of imminent harm. You know, because when you remove people's children, you remove their fucking life, yeah? You remove their heart, their soul. When you remove children, you remove the fucking heart of the home. How would it be for that? Would it be the same? Would it be the same reversed? I believe victims that have been done wrong, I believe they have the divine right to have their say, their confrontation in their way, however that may be, and controlled in their own fashion, in their own manner. I believe that to be so. I don't believe that these professionals should be left to their own devices. I believe if they've done wrong, everyone's got the divine right to go and fucking put it right. And you know, if they've stole your children, I'd be on their doorstep every day. I'd be on there every fucking day, giving it to them. And I'd post it on social media or keep it, so when the children are old enough, if they have been stolen, then they can see that you kept on and on and on trying to fight for them. I'd give anyone's address to any fucker. Do you know, I'm very tempted. I said to my wife this evening, I said, I'm tempted to drive to Liverpool. She said, why would you want to go there for? And I said, well, you know that wanker that wrote that report saying that I'm a child abductor, a fucking trafficker and the rest of it? She said, yeah. I said, I want to go and bang on his door and put it on him. Because he won't answer the phone calls to me, right? He won't answer the emails to me. No one's getting back to me. Do you understand? Like, this could have been detrimental to the family, whoever the family are that this thing was written for, but also detrimental to my family. Do you understand? If I hadn't already been involved with the dirty, horrible bastards, that could have been detrimental to my family. Do you know what I mean? How can you make such fucking... They are real dodgy accusations, aren't they? And dodgy sounding crimes, like. Surely you'd have to know, you'd have to have some sort of evidence to say it. And this is the whole point. They write what they say. Yeah. Who is he to question my parenting? Again, I'll ask you. Don't fucking ask me why I'm questioning your parenting. Do you understand? There ain't none of it. I want to go to his door, but I don't know if I should. I'm going to have to ask my wife if I should or shouldn't. I don't think I should. I don't think it's a good idea at the moment. I'll try the head of legals again tomorrow and we'll see where we go from there. But you see what they do to you? See what they do to you? What right has that man got to say those fucking lies about me? What right have any of them got? It was written, I'll tell you exactly what it was written by. Where's that fucking thing? It was written by one of the bosses of social care. What's his name? Taylor. Where's his fucking paperwork? His name was Taylor. Let me see. I'll tell you what it is. Maybe you can want to go and Google it. I'm going to copy this. I'll have to edit it, but I'll copy it and post it in a minute. You couldn't fucking make this shit up. Right. Consideration to move both children given flight risk and mum engaging with Shane Brannigan to abduct the fucking children. Right. Peter Yates. That's it. Peter Yates. That's who wrote it. That's who wrote the assessment. Peter fucking Yates. And Peter Yates. Let me go and find. He is. Get up, mongrel. Get. He is service manager of corporate parenting. Fucking wanker. That's what he is. Service manager of corporate parenting at Sefton Council. Well, I hope he's fucking prepared for the email he's going to get in the morning. Well, I've sent it, so they'll all get it in the morning. I'll go and bang on his door and see how he likes it. I'll have to ask his missus though, because she might have to. You've only got to Google the wanker. Google him and he'll Sefton Council and he'll come up. There's a YouTube video and everything at the mug. I left him a voicemail and he never got. He must have listened to it and thought, "Fucking Dawdy, who's this?" Do you know what I mean? Who the fucking hell's this ranting at me down the phone? Well, we'll see, won't we? Because you know they won't like it. Do you know what I mean? When the head of adoption goes out, oh, think how many lives she's ruined. Got a few. They're all on there, mate. They're all fucking on there. The lot. They can fucking have that tomorrow, and we'll see how they get on with it. Sorry, what's going on? Never stop. I'm sorry. There's no. You don't fucking. I don't know what's happened in the world. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wired up different to everyone else. But any sort of injustice, I fucking stand up against. I'll see if I can find a video and I'll come back on in a bit and I'll play it to you. You just be like, fucking hell, Shane, eh? Well, I can't bear him lying to me. Well, fucking lied to me. I've recorded it, you dopey cunt. Do you want to listen to the recording before you answer my questions? And they still get it wrong. And they start stropping about. Do you know what I mean? Say this cunt was saying I was controlling, I'm violent, I'm this and I'm that, yeah? So I went and done a bit of digging, transfers her son's a fucking riddled coke addict, he's a rugby player, he's been done for assaulting and beating innocent people up in the fucking street, right? He was nicked for drink driving, but when they stopped the car he done a runner after smashing into a load of motors, and this cunt has got the audacity to tell me what is a good parent and what ain't. Get up the road. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a health visitor. She was conspiring with that other slut that I put the video up with that I was talking to. She was conspiring with her and a couple of others. The other one was the mother of this dirty thing. Do you know, if I see my kid in a pub doing that, I'd fucking belt her straight across the head, my baby girl. That is disgusting, isn't it? Is that not fucking disgusting? Eh? And scum like that have got the audacity to talk about me and my fucking parenting. He's quite a well-known rugby player. Yeah, he's quite a well-known rugby player in West Yorkshire. Yeah. Oh, yeah, mate. Make no fucking mistake.